watching Universal Groove. We have Cota the Barber on the channel here, and just want to talk to you, man, and kind of go over what you're up to and all the music that you're putting out. It looks really good, man. So just welcome to the show.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much for having me. Shout outs to Universoul, man. And a lot of people always compliment the soul that they hear in my voice. So I thought that was kind of cool, that the way your name is spelled.
Yeah, man, and it's so crazy, man. Like, so many people get our name confused for some reason. It's a Universal Soul Groove, Universal Souls of the souls of the grooves. But yeah, Universal Groove. Yeah, man, we're trying to do it on a big level. I've been interviewing artists, and one of the artists that really popped out to me was you, man. Like, the moment I seen you with the guitar and doing your thing, and the voice, just the beard, the tats, mainly the glasses, like all that stuff, man, just really caught my attention. And really, you just can't avoid it, man. Like, you just got a lot of talent, just what you're doing and the vocals. So I really like what you're doing.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, man, been at it a while. I started when I was 9 years old, playing the guitar with my grandfather, who was also a barber. I'm a third generation barber. My grandfather, my dad showed my mom, and my mom and dad both showed me and my older sister. We have our own barber shop in Fillmore in the 805. Shout outs to the 805 out there in Fillmore. I was born out there in Moore Park, and I was in Camarillo actually, and I was raised in Moore Park. And I came up to Palmdale in the AV around fourth grade, and that's when I was really playing the guitar and learned a little bit from my grandpa. And then moving from Moore Park, because that's where he's from, I moved up to Palmdale, and I was kind of like on my own, learning how to play the guitar and like playing by ear. I would throw Carlos Santana, the best of Carlos Santana on, and I'll listen and I'll try to get those notes, and just kind of took it from there, and started writing at an early age too, like 12 years old. I wrote my first song.
So you mentioned that you started a guitar at a young age. Who taught you guitar? And then what was some of the first songs or first notes that they taught you?
Oh, it's crazy. My Grandpa Bob, he's no longer with us, but he showed me how to play, Creí and like Sabor a Mi, stuff like that at a young age with the guitar. And he would play like the notes, and I would kind of copy him, and it just stuck with me, bro. It just really stuck with me. And also too, like, I had a cousin, he plays the bass. He's actually in the band that I play with. He showed me how to play La Bamba, and I remember learning how to play La Bamba, and I was like, oh dang, 9-10 years old. And working with my grandpa really kind of like just took it to another level. He showed me a few notes, and I kind of like got the hang of it, man.
Wow, that's really cool. And that's one thing that I noticed right off the top, is that you play the guitar along with the music, and all the songs that you've covered and all the songs that you do, it's like your signature sound, and I know for most artists, everyone's looking for that signature sound. And when that person starts singing or when that person starts performing, what's that signature sound? I definitely think that you got that with the guitar, and it just really separates you, I think, from a lot of other artists. And then your style too. You have a really cool style as far as like the glasses, like, the glasses look really good on you. You got the crazy beard. So how long does it take you to grow that beard, by the way?
Man, I've been growing it for the last like 4 years. I probably trimmed it a couple times, so it'll probably be super longer by now. But the Ray-Bans too, I've always loved rocking the Ray-Bans. I always saw my dad wearing Ray-Bans, and me and him looked so much alike that I was like, they gotta look good on me too. So I threw them on, and everybody's like, that's the look right there.
That is the look, man. Not everyone can pull those off. I definitely can't wear Ray-Bans. My face is too big. There you go. There it is, man. Hey, that's a signature look right there, man. I wanted to go back to the barber thing. So you are currently a barber. Do you own your own shop, or do you work in a shop?
So I work at Cota's Barber and Style, which is in Fillmore, and that belongs to like the family. But I also have my own setup in Lancaster. I work out of my own house and stuff. Or, I go to on the road and cut people's hair every now and again. But mainly out the house, with all of this going on, man, you know, you gotta still grind, you know, gotta still grind. And then, like I said, yeah, working at the barber shop, I've been there for years. The barber shop's been there for 14 years, and I've been here and there, you know, working there for a little while, a couple years, and then I'll come back up to Lancaster because, you know, there's a lot of business between Lancaster and, you know, Ventura.
Yeah, and then I see that you've done like some funny skits with like friends like at the barber shop, and you're doing it. That's really cool. I mean, do you have the guitar on standby when it's slow or whatever, just kind of busting it out and singing to the customers?
I always keep her close by, you know, just in case. You know what I'm saying? Keep her close by. I do. I have her close by at all times.
That's really cool. And so I mean, there must be a vibe. Anybody famous that comes through to your spot that you've met, like doing the hair? Or?
Oh yeah, I ran into a lot of people, man. Even JoJo from Casey and JoJo sat in my chair one time, and I was like, oh yeah.
Oh.
I was like, that's crazy. I shaved his head and, you know, did his sideburns. And, you know, ladies come up to him, they're like, is this you? And they show him a picture of him. He goes, yeah, baby, that's me. So I've cut his hair a few times, and you know, he's heard me sing, and he told me the same thing. He goes, man, you got your own sound, man. He goes, you got your own sound. He goes, you're dope. Keep going, you know. A lot of different people.
Who else? Anybody else that you cut their hair that like famous?
Let's see. Man, I cut Pee Wee Herman's hair. I cut a lot of people's hair, man.
Wow.
Yeah, Pee Wee Herman sat in my chair one time. I was like, oh man, that was crazy. This is random people. King T, man. I remember he sat in my chair. I was like, damn, he was real cool. There's a lot of people.
Awesome. And then, so what artists like did you grow up listening to just the most? Like, I mean, what like really inspired you to sing and to play like their songs? Is there any artists that just you love?
Yeah, that I love. It's crazy because I've always listened to oldies since I was younger, and Brenton Wood just always stood out to me. His voice, his swag. I always loved his voice, and then listening to all those type of oldies like Smokey Robinson, the Temptations, you know, listening to them, and then finally getting older where I'm listening to my own stuff. I start to listen to like, you know, the 90s R&B stuff, you know, that was coming out. I started to listen to that, and I started finding my own sound, and kind of like mixed with all of that. And it's crazy, man, how you know, and also like Michael Jackson, bro. I used to listen to Michael Jackson all the time, you know.
Wow.
Over and over, I'd watch his videos.
Yeah, there's some stuff that I hear in your sound that really I think relates to a lot of people probably when they hear it, is that there is kind of like a hip-hop element to what you play, or like you said, like an R&B kind of swag to what you play. And you've done some of like the remix of like little like some hip-hop stuff and messed around with that. And I really think that like when people hear that, they just don't really hear it on a guitar, and you bust out the guitar and play like that. I think it just hits home for a lot of people because they're always like intrigued by that hip hop. Was there any hip hop artists that you loved listening to growing up?
Yeah, I listened to a lot of, you know, West Coast stuff. Snoop Dogg, and man, Snoop Dogg, Nate Dogg, bro. Nate Dogg was big for me, bro. I really love Nate Dogg. Rest in peace. Listened to a lot of West Coast stuff, but also I would get into fights, man, with people. Because they were like, no, it's Tupac. And I was like, nah, man, I really mess with Biggie, because Biggie just had like a different swag. And I was always like a bigger guy. So like, I remember just relating to Biggie a little more than I did Pac, because Pac was, you know, he was ruthless, you know what I'm saying? You know, Tupac was the man all day, but I just liked Biggie's flow a little more. Like, I just related more with Biggie. Because I like it when they call me Big Papa, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, growing up, when it comes to Tupac, you know, I had my friends who were like really against Tupac when I first heard Tupac. It was like the Dear Mama. He was in jail. He was going through like the court stuff, and I remember a lot of my friends were like, "Man, this guy's a punk, man. He's like 6'9", like what he is today." You know, he was the guy that just. always starting trouble. And I didn't
Always
have a lot of
shit.
love for Biggie Smalls. Biggie Smalls was always the guy that was like, just chill, you know. He had the swag, he had the cool clothes, you know. He wasn't the greatest looking guy, but he knew how to get the chick. You know, at the end of the day, he got the chick.
That
So,
part.
and then, you know, once Tupac got onto Death Row and the whole California love, it just still was going nuts after everybody. But and he is the greatest, I think, of all time.
Yeah.
But Biggie was like a whole different character, and he wasn't trying to be all in the beef. You know, he was trying to just be cool and make money. That's what it was about. Unfortunately, yeah, I mean, that kind of screwed up his Tupac kind of screwed up his whole plans, you know. But yeah, man, those guys definitely rest in peace. And the West Coast, we play a lot of West Coast on the channel. You know, that hip hop is always memorable. It's got the funk, it's got that oldie sound too. So, but yeah, man, I really enjoy the songs that you play.
Oh, yeah. Don't know why, but I love you, I do. Yeah, yeah. 'Cause I like the